I am Ray, and the Buddha once said, "We are what we think. All that we are arises with our thoughts, and with our thoughts we make the world." You see, energy is the force of creation, and our mind is a tool that directs the flow of energy. So the entire quality of the life that we create for ourselves is determined by the quality of the things that we focus our attention on. Our current experience in this life is a reflection of what is within. In fact, our outer experience is like a delayed response, meaning that it is a reflection of our past thoughts, past feelings, past actions. And so the way we create our life is that we think certain thoughts, and these create certain feelings, and those feelings cause us to engage in certain actions. And those actions create consequences in our life, and then we reflect on those consequences. We either say, yes, life is going good and I want to continue on this path, or no, something needs to change. And what needs to change is your thoughts. Because we only have control over really two things in this life: your conscious thoughts and your actions. Through your thoughts and your actions, you can change the way you feel. And as you begin to change the way you feel, you begin to change who you are. And you see, life is a reflection of who you are. So if life isn't going the way that you want it to go, you must change. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. Our reality is shaped by our mind, because we can never separate our experiences from the mind that experiences them. So we never really know what is actually true or what is just our own mind's projection. We do not see the world as it is, we see the world as we are. And so ask yourself this question: what kind of world do you want to see? What kind of life do you want to live? Become the source of what you seek, and you can have anything that you desire in this life. But you must be clear, and you must have some knowledge of the way that we create our reality, that of which I have just shared. Because energy is filtered through our thoughts, through our feelings, through our actions, and out into the world. You see, the first real big step to changing your life is accepting that you have the power to change it. That life isn't happening to you, that it is happening for you, and it is happening from you. You see, I say the price of ignorance is slavery and death. How many people do you see struggle every single month, every year, with the same problems, with the same stories and difficulties? It is because they do not recognize their God power. They do not realize that they have the infinite power of creation within them right now, forever and always. As Christ said, the kingdom of God is within you. And so you have the power to create any life that you desire, regardless of the external circumstances. But you cannot do this unless you recognize and claim authority over your power. Those who do not know their power have no power. And those who do not know their rights have no rights. And in this age of information, ignorance is a choice. I see many people, most people, when they live their life from ego, meaning that I am this person that I believe myself to be, the way that reality is shaped is extremely limited. The ego, which is also identification with the body or with the mind, its existence is rooted in fear. Like a little mouse, always running away from danger, always trying to scrounge and find the next little scrap, just to sustain its little life another day. And this is not how you were meant to live. You are not meant to struggle. You are not meant to, well, I take that back. You are meant to struggle until you recognize the true nature of what you are, until you claim authority over your God power. Then you no longer need to struggle. You no longer need to suffer. Fear, worry, and concern mean nothing to you. But when we live in ignorance, in fear from this limited ego state. Life is never-ending problems, never-ending struggle and suffering. And the only way to escape this nightmare is to wake up. You must have the spark of desire within you for freedom, to not be a slave to this world. Now, this doesn't mean that you deny worldly pleasures or deny material success. It doesn't mean that at all. What it means is that you are not a slave to this world and all of its material things. That you can be happy and peaceful and free no matter what you experience. Whether you find yourself homeless or find yourself a billionaire, it makes no difference to you, the one who is free. Now imagine living life from this perspective, without fear, in realizing that you are the source of all abundance, that you are the source of all love, peace, and joy, and that our mind is what gives us the power of creation, and that we can direct the flow of energy in any which way we want. You can choose to look at the negative in every situation, or you can choose to see the positive, because the universe is equally balanced, with darkness, with light, with positivity, with negativity. And it is those who suffer the most who can never stop ruminating on what is wrong with life. Life can be hell, life can be heaven. It is your choice, but you will not have that choice unless you recognize your power, because those who are a slave have no choice. But you see, there is nothing good about being a slave to this world, other than it gives you the contrast to truly appreciate what it means to be free, that your suffering gives meaning to life. But if you stay in this limited state forever, as a slave, as an ego, well then life isn't very much worth living at all. Only when you become free can you recognize the wisdom of suffering and pain and uncomfortable and difficult circumstances. Because these so-called negative things, they help you appreciate life. They help you cultivate gratitude. And see, when you can start filling your mind with gratitude, with appreciation for your experiences, not just taking life for granted and living each day over and over again, not aware of the magic and beauty that is life. How many people every single day are just ignoring the magnificence of life? The chances of any single human being being born is 1 in billions, if not trillions. That being a human is the most miraculous thing, and this is the most wonderful experience. But people are stuck in this kind of hellish nightmare, where they are forever blinded to the perfection of this world. And it is because of this ignorance that their mind is focused only on the wrong things. And every once in a while, where they can just tip the mind back toward what is good, they get fleeting glimpses of happiness, fleeting glimpses of peace and joy and love. But because they are fundamentally rooted in ignorance, it always goes back toward negativity. Because the darkness, the negativity, illusion, ignorance, unconsciousness, even evil, these are all synonymous. Now, I'm not saying that the dark is evil. I'm saying that the evil is dark. And I want you to know that this process of creating your best life is the most simple thing, but it may take time to really step into the shoes of being a conscious creator. And what this means, what it means to claim authority over your power, it means that you begin watching the quality of your thoughts. How do you react to your experiences? Do you ruminate on the past? Do you worry about the future? Do you judge your experiences and say, no, this is wrong, I don't want this, this sucks, my life sucks, my job sucks, the people in my life are annoying? Are you focused always on what is wrong in your life, or are you focused on what is right? And each day we have a scale, a balance between what is negative and what is positive, what we feed our mind. As the Native American story goes, we all have a light wolf and a dark wolf within us, and they are at war. And whichever one wins is the one that you feed. Now, of course, if you want to take it a step further, you might realize that the dark wolf and the light wolf are not actually enemies. And they don't have to be at war, but that you learn the power to transmute all negativity into positivity. Every negative thought into a positive thought. Every negative experience into a positive experience. And you become unstoppable. That there is no evil in this world that can destroy you. To become aware of the quality of your thoughts. And don't allow the negativity to ruin your life. I am Ray. Feel free to share this video with those in your life who are always negative. Much peace and many blessings.